Warm greetings to all of the RCA Chaverim and to all others watching. My name is Yonatan Gorin, and I am the Rabbi of Congregation Eitz Chaim in Sharon, Massachusetts. At the end of this week's Parsha, we learn the story of the Mekalel, the one who uttered a curse against Hashem. The people heard this man pronounce the Shem HaMefarash, Hashem's unpronounceable name, followed by a curse. They brought him to Moshe for a punishment. They placed the man into a holding cell until they would hear the decision from on high. The Aramaic Targum that is referred to in the Mikros Gedolos as Targum Yonasan ben Uziel writes something that, in my opinion, should be required reading. The Elaine Amar Moshe lo Shemais. Regarding this situation, Moshe said, I don't know. I didn't learn it. I am not familiar with the appropriate response to this case. Min biglal lamel fareshe sanhedrai di Yisrael da'asid lamekam basrei. And Moshe said this to teach the Rashi Sanhedrin, the senior justices of the Sanhedrin who would be appointed after Moshe was no longer. Dihavun zrizin bedine mamayna umasunin bedine nafshasa. The judges need to be careful and prepared for cases in which money is in dispute, and patient when dealing with capital offenses. V'lo yivasun l'mishal dinei demiskashi lahon. And the judges should not be embarrassed to ask a question, to seek counsel with someone else in the event that the case at hand is challenging. Because what can anyone say? For even Moshe Rabbeinu himself had to say, I didn't learn it, I don't know. Speaking from my own experience of the cultures of the various American communities that I have been a part of, I say that this is easier said than done. Cultures that promote quick responses. Think about the cultural phenomenon to refer to pauses as awkward silence. There's nothing actually awkward about a pause, about taking a moment to think, to take in. Cultures that promote decisiveness and certainty. This perspective is right, the other perspective is wrong. So whether in the context of rabbi answering halachic inquiries, or in a supportive context, or simply in a friendly conversation, there is a perceived pressure to be certain, to respond quickly, to know. My takeaway from this week is to continue cultivating a sense within myself that it is okay to not know. It is okay to say, I'm not sure. It's okay to listen and let my guard down. I can't help but notice the difference between Moshe's conduct in Parshat Shmini and his conduct in this week's Parsha. He argues with Aaron and sons about burning the Rosh Chodesh Seir HaChatas. He was certain that, despite their status of Aninus, their mourning status, they were supposed to partake in that korban, as they were the other korbanos unique to that 8th day of service. There was no clear directive, and Aaron was right. They were only to partake in the korbanos that were unique to that day, but not the Rosh Chodesh korban, which would be part of every future Rosh Chodesh service. Could it be that the story of Shmini made an impact, made an impression on Moshe, that he became a person more ready to say, I don't know. Perhaps. But I can be certain for myself. Being quick and decisive has its place, but not as a regular model. Imagine the mistakes that can be avoided. Imagine the emotional temperature being turned down when there is less certainty and more of a shared quest for discovery. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should help us to learn from the example of Moshe Rabbeinu, to be more comfortable saying, Lo Shemais, I don't know. And the Chonein Hadas, the one who grants insight and wisdom, should bless us all with wisdom and insight always. Thank you for watching.